Carl Gustav Jung, born on 26 July in 1875 in Switzerland, died on 6 June 1961 in Switzerland, was a Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst who founded analytical psychology. Carl Jung said, "If there is anything that we wish to change in the child, we should first examine it and see whether it is not something that could better be changed in ourselves." Mahatma Gandhi's wordings and Carl Jung's wordings, I find no difference. Mahatma Gandhi kept on repeating this one thing: you be the change for the change you asked for. If you wanted to ask for a change in your child, you have to be the change, not the talk. No talk will change anybody. No amount of talks helps a child, neither a cow, neither the doggy, neither any plant or trees. They say walk the talk. That means every one of your activity, and that I have seen. I do not know. No, people may be thinking I'm always using Japan, but I have seen that in Japan, if they wanted you to do a particular job, they will be 10 times or 100 times or 1,000 times faster and more powerful than that particular job. And it shocks the person, the junior, to see how to catch up with that job. And he won't tell that job, he will be doing that job. The straight opposite happening in other parts of the world. People are supervising and trying to give you ideas without participating. I was running and am still running the school for the visually challenged and for the underprivileged children from kindergarten to post-graduation, free of cost. We don't say free of cost because we used to say it's duty of the citizens to provide this facility, what Socrates says, wisdom to become knowledge. Then the state should be involved in taking care of the children. When the state takes care of the children, then the parents can work without any mental tensions and fear. That creates the economic power and might of the particular country. And what Socrates said, it did work out in the European world. The Western world, they call it. The Greek civilization flourished, Indus civilization crashed because of this one particular thing, that the state did not take care, but state kept on spoon feeding the employees. But what's the use of spoon feeding when they are tortured back into that place? Carl Jung said, if there is anything that we wish to change in the child, wish to change in the nature, wish to change in the animal world. Yes, Mahatma Gandhi said, the culture of the people is known by the way they take care of the animals, the way they behave to the animals. The culture of the people is known by the way they respect the nature. And nature is temple, nature is church, nature is masjid. Please try to understand. Masjid and temple and church should not exist if they have not been a participant, or if they have not been an example of the rainwater harvesting and teaching the people how to drip irrigation. If they have not done it solar in their own temple, And make sure that no electricity department exists. People are living with solar. Yes, and the wind is the most beautiful part. Recently, when I was planting sandalwood, they say sandalwood takes nutrients from the wind, and wind is very important. I was shocked that all these three, the wind, the sun, and the water. And I was invited to inaugurate the Brahma Kumari's ashram near to our ashram in Devanagari. That time when I said, solar, no ashram or no temple should function or should not be called a temple. Government shouldn't give them even permission to even open a temple or church or masjid if that particular temple, church and masjid don't have solar and rainwater harvesting, and with the drip irrigation and the bhajan, that the prayers should include the rainwater harvesting and the drip irrigation and the solar. The head of the person who came from Mount Abu was telling, in my temple, in Mount Abu, we have solar. You have solar inside your bum. What is my problem? I am telling, inside your temple means surrounding 10 kilometers. Yes, of all the temples, minimum 10 kilometers or 1 kilometer. If it is city based, that the people, the shops, everybody should be having solar because of you. Yes. No temple have the right to call themselves a temple or church or masjid, because Carl Jung said if there is anything they wish to change in the child, you want to change, you keep on repeating a complaint. We should first examine it and see whether it is something that could better be changed in ourselves. Our change is very important. Saying blah 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 is not very important. Not only the temple and the church and the masjid, but even the films, no film, even the censor board should be changed. Censor board should be dumped into the dustbin of history. If possible, I do not want to use more languages. Censor board should not accept anything. Government is giving a lot of money, subsidies, or I don't know, for the film people to create films. Please make sure that it should be rainwater harvesting, and the whole state, country should have rainwater. 1 year collected rainwater, they can use it for 3 years. Then why the people should suffer? Now the rains are coming. What did government do to collect the rainwater so that they can survive in the summer? That they are not doing. Temples, churches and masjid and the film, because people have been hooked and locked and brainwashed through the films. No film actor should take a role if that script doesn't have rainwater harvesting and solar and wind energy. And then you can see there is no poverty. You have to create poverty, otherwise how will people come after the actors and make them demigods? How could they make the politicians, how could people stand in front of political leaders and feel that they are demigods? That demigod is the problem. And the same applies to the father and mother. A family which sits together, eats together, prays together. Which is the sit together, eats together, prays together? That sit together, eat together, pray together is the rainwater harvesting and the solar and the wind energy. This is the one which you have to regularly teach your children through your actions. That action is more powerful than any bookish knowledge, any theory which is coming out from the Bible or the Quran or the Bhagavad Gita. Carl Gustav Jung said, if there is anything that we wish to change in the child, we should first examine it and see whether it is not something that could better be changed in ourselves. Those who are torturing, those who are greedy, trying to pull money from the Ashok's property, and then in his death time coming and praying for his soul to be resting in peace. Please find out whether your houses are in pieces or going to be in peace.